It's first base, clothes on, second base, clothes off, no sex, and third, sex.
What is home then?
Okay, you're all way off. It's first is hand stuff, no fluid transfer. Second is not including...
Where is makeout?
That's just getting up to bat.
Casting for the ninth was huge.
It's just about these characters. If you don't know these characters, you don't know anything. So we've got an amazing casting director, Lewis Kay. Jenny Lewis and Sarah Kay are incredible. Jenny was sort of our point man on the project, and I think casting was my favorite part. We saw so many good people.
And something that was really interesting about the casting process was we saw tapes, but we didn't know a lot of the cast. Like, we'd heard of them in other shows, but we didn't know them personally. We weren't in the room when they came in. And they all...
For the first round.
Yeah, for the first round. So they were all presented to Michael and I as their characters. We found out later on that a lot of these people are not like the character, but they became the characters so well that we thought they were them.
Now, going forward, I want us to start thinking about a two-strike approach. You know, small ball.
You got it.
You know what small ball is?
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Supporting each other. Sacrificing yourself for the team.
William Neal was incredible. He has a ton of experience.
Everybody knows him and loves him in the industry. Like, he's really, really well respected. He has such a great mind for improving, but also staying exactly on script. Like, he adds lines and words perfectly, but also perfectly nails exactly what he's supposed to do. He sort of like picked up on the way Berg Talking started just adding things like Jim Dandy and Cracker Jack all the time that were just like, it was just like, he did it in the audition, he said Jim Dandy, and it was like, that made it script the next day.
Like Mike said, the way he would become the character, the way that he could hold everyone's attention, like, he got some essentially monologues. The fact that he was able to run like 2-3 minute monologues straight through. In the edit, we never had to cut around that. We could have done a oneer of him giving those.
Impressive things, strange when you think about it. Jerry and I went to the Ford Museum there down in Detroit. Remember that, Jerry? And they had an actual locomotive there, right there in the museum. It's quite a thing to see, you know?
And I think, like, he's the father figure on the show, and he's just like, he naturally has that. He's just naturally, people like and respect him and care what he thinks and what he says, and he's great. He's the best.
And he even has, he also has like a bad knee, and he was still willing to like be the catcher on the show.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't kneel or run.
Yeah, he's like,
he's
like, I can't run for that. I mean, we had to shoot a little bit around that, but he was gung ho, ready to go.
Yeah.
So it was great.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, love. Yeah. You just saw a little of the old Linda there, just for a moment. She doesn't come out that much anymore, but it is good to know that she's still in there.
Mele came into the audition. We rewrote the character based on her because she was so good. She has a tremendous amount of experience as an actor as well as an acting coach.
And a teacher, yeah. People love her.
We send all the scripts to all the actors, and we spoke with all of them beforehand. But she dove really into it, spoke about her character more, had questions,
she has
really
questions.
got into it.
I got that at Grand Valley Women's Correctional.
Oh, seriously, Linda, for real?
Yeah. Served 26 months.
Jesus.
It made her performance stronger and made the character richer. So yeah, she's fun. Like, everybody's fun. I'll say that about everyone and every question. Like, they're fun, but they all were like a family. A dysfunctional family in the show, and they didn't get along in the show at times, obviously, and there's enemies and stuff, but on set, they were all like a family, and she was a big part of that, too.
Hey! Yes, welcome to the Box Springs, my friend.
That goes straight to your head.
Daryl is an incredible actor.
Talk about the right questions to ask about a character. He was like, mustache or no mustache? The mustache made the character.
At times he doesn't have a lot of lines, right? He's hiding from his past. He's trying to put on this show. So at first, in the first couple episodes, he's just thrust in and along for the ride. But what he's able to do with his body language, with his facial reactions, with his presence is remarkable.
Whenever we have a reaction of him throughout the entire season, it's always perfect. It always just has like, you can just read his mind where he's just thinking like, this guy's a fucking idiot always.
Yeah.
And he's great.
You're a real creep, you know that? Big fucking creep.
Aaron's another person who's different than his character. He's always like joking around and having fun with everybody. And in the show, he's much more serious. Like, his hair's not naturally that way. He has curly hair. And he walked
straightened it because he thought it would be right.
Yeah, he walked into the audition, straight hair, gave his audition. We knew it was so good.
Yeah, he got the lines and he got the cadence of the character so perfectly. And then we got to know him and I was like, oh shit.
He's not like that at all.
Yeah, he's an actor.
Andy, thank you.
And I think he has maybe my favorite piece of physical comedy in the whole show, which is in episode 2 in Strikeout when he goes up to Chip's apartment and the way he leans on the door frame and plays with the lock chain on the door, and he's just like, he's so in the door frame. It's amazing. I really love how he does it.
It's just like the pressure of being an artist with an exciting alternative lifestyle. It's just like a lot of pressure, you know? It's like,
One of my favorite scenes as a director to work with them was in the bathroom. We were sitting next to it, watching on the monitor with our headsets on, and Mike and I my heart was racing. I was feeling sparks. It was this really dramatic kind of sexy moment between these two guys, and they could have played it very differently. We worked with them and talked about it, but that scene shows both their range as actors, that they were able to do that. And then because we block shot, next we put them, okay, now we're doing a scene where you're both in your underwear eating ice cream, complete opposite. Yeah. So that's a testament to both those guys.
Boy, this is silly.
You know what we good with this? Fireball.
Isn't that liquor?
I mean, I think there's a little liquor in it, but it mostly just tastes like cinnamon hearts.
I like cinnamon hearts.
Corteon's face just makes the world a better place. It's just he's just the most thoroughly adorable person. He's in real life, his aura is different than on camera. Mm-hmm. The camera loves him. He's incredibly talented, but just he's got that face and that smile and that spirit that's just
And his ability to play the naive, fish out of water. You believe that he has been a religious guy his whole life, that he's from down south, that he's that he focused on baseball. He got here by accident. And in some ways, he's a star, and
he just has that.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, I could manage this team 50 times better than that pussy.
Yes, you told me.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta challenge calls like that. You gotta kick some dirt. If it was me, I'd have been all say hello to my little friend.
Everybody knows Ben Blais. I feel like a lot of people have an opinion on Ben Blais because he's a big character. He's just a larger-than-life fella. I think he's one of the most pure talents I've ever seen. I can't take my eyes off him on camera. Everything, every move he does, the way he does anything, the way he flicks his hands, the way everything is motivated, everything's natural, nothing is forced.
He's so good at performing, and I think a lot of that comes from doing so much theater, that you give him the frame size and he can work within it. He can live in a wide shot. He can do so much with the space. The character of No Name, at first it seems very one-dimensional. He's a bit of a racist. He's a bit of a bigot. He's very self-centered. But there's a heart to him. There's a lot more to the character that we find later in the episodes. But he took the time to figure all that out, and that was always inside of him. So you can feel it. You can feel that vulnerability when he's early in this season and he's trying to be a brute and show who he is. You can sense that vulnerability.
Listen up, you dumb sons of bitches. My dear sister, Sad Andy, who you guys all make fun of behind her back for being adopted and weird, this morbid bitch just got into the motherfucking School of Economics at Harvard motherfucking University.
I did a play with her. We were actors in a play 3 years ago, and I just thought she's such a tremendous actor. She's tremendous, and people love her. People she's beautiful, but she also just has charisma, and people just are, people can't take her eyes off her. And I always wanted to work with her because she's kind of a genius. Within
the show, the way she's able to turn on the messy part or turn on the sweetheart part, that's something that's very important about the character, that she's able, the character of Messy Jessie can be a flirt, but can also manipulate people. She's kind of can be a bit of a puppet master.
I'd kill the center filter because I don't want any competition. I would fuck the shortstop and I'd marry the catcher because they always stay at home. I'm so cute.
She's just a really good actor in the sense of you give her any lines and she'll just make them natural.
her relationship with Aaron.
So good. They had such great chemistry.
Yeah, it seemed like they were, you know, I don't know.
We thought they might be friends.
Yeah,
Did
we
you guys
weren't
know
sure
each
if
other
they'd
from
met
before?
an hour into the first day. It felt like they were best friends.
Yeah.
That relationship on screen seemed to manifest itself outside of the show in a way that made it so much fun to watch. She has incredible timing too. Messy Jessie's character, especially because she's quick-witted, because she's, you know, she's so smart, she's so vibrant. Her timing was amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Andy, can you please tell my fake friend here that I'm over him?
I'm not gonna do that.
Andy, can you tell your sister that all is fair in love and sex competitions?
I'd never say those words out loud.
In the script, Sad Andy and Messy Jessie are sisters. No mention of an adopted sister. And for the astute viewer, they'll notice that Christie and Jess don't really look.
Yeah, they don't
look like sisters.
like sisters.
Jess is Portuguese. Christie is
Not.
Yeah. She was so good that there was just like, we gotta cast her and we'll just change. We just added in a line where she says adopted sister. And we were like, that solves that, because ultimately just like, she brought so much like of the right energy to that character. She nailed the energy. She was like, oh, I get how you play this. And she's deadpan, but she's so alive behind it, which I think is the challenge. Because like anyone can sit there and be kind of deadpan, but she's so active in her like just blankness. Like she kind of seems like she's seething and drowning always, even when she's sitting still, which is of course like a big part of the character.
I mean, one time, I got a double play, bro.
What's that?
Threesome. With sisters, I shit you not. Twins.
Twins, wow. That way you can pretend you're having sex with only one woman.
What?
She doesn't say a lot, but she's always around and she's always there and has to be very present. And when she does have lines, they're digs.
pointed,
They're really pointed. They're really good digs, and they're often above other people. So she's able to rise to that moment, and it's, you know, that can be hard for an actor if you're in a scene with 8 other people and everyone's talking and you get one thing to say and you have to say it at the right time and you have to play this deadpan, flat, uninterested person while jokes are flying and people are doing stupid shit, and then you have to cut them down, and she was so good at that.
She's so good.
Our drummer wants us to perform in drag, and I totally flipped. I was like, drag? Are you serious? This is supposed to be cutting-edge queer punk. Drag is so passé, and frankly, kind of gender normative.
Well, did you tell him that?
Not as eloquently, no. Told him to suck my dick.
Also a little gender normative.
She is on mushrooms in one of the episodes and was trying to like find out about what doing mushrooms is like. And you know, I was like, well, your pupils get big, you know, it's like disassociative, whatever. And in the shots, her pupils are massive. We never gave her any.
Yeah, we didn't give her eye drops.
We didn't give her eye drops. She just somehow
just willed herself to,
no, she
to
did.
be that
She
way.
looks so high in those scenes. Like she looks incredibly high. She just did that. I don't know how an actor manages to dilate their own pupils.
And there's something too about
it's wild.
There's something too about her, like her character. There's so much going on. Right? She's so smart. She's constantly surveying the other characters, the other people on the team, and it's the same thing when we'd be in the scene. Even if the camera wasn't on her, if we looked at her, you could tell she had all of that going on. There was so many layers to this sad Andy who doesn't say anything.
In some ways, like, it's kind of too bad that this wasn't a stage play, because then you could just keep looking.
Yeah, you could look wherever you wanted. Yeah.
VR. Season 2.
Season 2, you pick the
VR,
the face you want to look at.
No, season 2 VR wouldn't actually be a bad idea, because they just sit around the table for a bunch of scenes and you just look around.
Yeah. For certain scenes, it'd be fun.
Yeah, the table scenes. That'd be really good, actually.
Yeah.
Better approach, but you're still chasing it.
All right, Fabio, let's see what you got.
I don't know how else to say this, is you fall in love with him when you look at him. Like his face and his like radiance. He just is a walking beautiful piece of poetry. Like, he's just a beautiful person. In the episode where she's like,
do not tell anybody about this, okay?
Of course. Hey, it's just between you and me. And the stars, and the moon, and the gentle summer breeze.
Shh, just don't talk so much.
and to me, the fact that he's so good looking, he has an incredible body, and he has like a beautiful accent, and he's a beautiful person, it makes it so much funnier that Messy Jessie doesn't like him at all. Like, he's this amazing specimen
you
of a
fall
person.
in love with him.
Yeah, you fall in love with him, and I think that's really funny, and he's so genuine and so lovely.
He was able to find his place as this hopeless romantic, and it's so much fun to watch him. He's a musician as well, and so when we're doing the scenes where he's playing guitar, like he was able to write music for that. You can feel the character of Eclair in him in a way that a lot of them do, but especially because he doesn't have a lot of lines. He isn't exposed in the same way as the others at times. But
Except for when we
expose him.
Yeah.
But you feel the character in him. And I also think again that instead of just making him just the French Canadian guy and let's make jokes about maple syrup or whatever, it was deeper than that. We gave him his history. He looked into that, and his like chasing after Jess was a lot of fun. And again, like Mike said, because he's so beautiful, so charming, so much fun, so handsome, it makes it extra funny. And he's again got this kind of this naivete to him that's a lot of fun to watch.
He's also a bit like that. Like he's the quietest one behind the camera. Like but he always has like a beautiful smile on his face.
Yeah.
He's a bit like Eclair, baby.
It was very important for Michael and I that they're not stereotypes, they're not caricatures, they're real people, real characters, real problems, and there's that bit of surface where if you just saw him in the bar real quick, like, oh, this guy's, he's the ex-cricket player, like he's gonna make a joke about it, but that's not, we didn't want to go that way.
Yeah, it doesn't go that way at all.